I'm going to show you how to model a subtraction problem like this using fraction strips. Step one, what you're going to do is you're going to take 1/3, find it on your fraction strip, which is here, and you're going to trace it. You can see here that I traced 1/3, and if you look very closely, you can see how I traced it. I just put the other paper underneath, and it's visible just enough so you can trace it. Next, I'm going to take the 1/4 and model that part. So you can see here for the 1/4, since I'm taking it away, I'm going to place it directly underneath my first fraction. So underneath the model for 1/3, I put the 1/4. So you can clearly see that this is different from addition, where in the addition example, I ended up adding it to the right. Again, when we're taking away, you'll see why I put it underneath in just a few seconds. First, we got to take these pieces, which are different sizes. We want to make them into the same size pieces, or the same size parts. So what you're going to do is look at the bottom numbers, the 3 and the 4, and find the least common multiple. And these are my common multiples for 3. I made the list here. I made a list of the 4s, multiples of 4. And you can see there's several multiples that they have in common. For example, they have a 24 in common, and they also have a 12 in common. But remember, least common multiple is the first pair that matches up, which in this case, this will be my least common multiple because it's the first pair that matches up. If you look at these two, this is called a common multiple. So it's the same multiple they have in common, but it's not the lowest value multiple they have in common. It's 12 is. So this is what we're looking for, the least common multiple. So since my least common multiple for 3 and 4 is 12, I go to my fraction strip model, I look for the 12ths, which is right here at the bottom, and I'm going to trace that right underneath this over here. So now it should look like this. You can see I did the model for 1/3, I modeled the 1/4. I use my least common multiple of 12 to identify the equivalent fractions we're going to use, which is in 12ths. I traced that right underneath here, and now we're going to end up actually using this model to subtract 1/3 minus 1/4. So one thing to pay attention to is that the number of 12ths I had to copy was whatever your longest piece is, make sure you use, and when you make your third row, go out as far as whatever the furthest piece is. So you can see here I have a total of 1, 2, 3, 4 12ths. And now to do the problem, 1/3 minus 1/4, we're going to take the 1/3. We want to take away this piece. So if I were to just cover it, you can see here the leftover piece at the bottom is 1/12. So 1/3 take away 1/4 is 1/12. See, I wrote it down here at the bottom. 1/3 take away 1/4 equals 1/12.